Hi, everyone. This is Real Housewives of New Jersey, season 13, episode 13. So the episode starts off with Danielle, and I at Danielle's house, and her mom comes over. How much do I love this? It's because Danielle has some IKEA chairs in her kitchen, and I'm like, I had those same chairs in pink. And I mean, clearly she knows she is not the wealthiest of the wealthiest out of the bunch, right? She's good, but she's not wealthy, and I love that about her. Very down to earth. And her gift that she's given to Teresa, it's a little on the thank you. And then you like are never, this is not something that you would um it's a little lowbrow, but it's the thought that counts. She's talking to her mom about the rumors that are happening with Melissa, and she's wondering like, what she should she say something to her? And mom's like, yeah, say something to her. And she's like, I didn't have the best time now. And mom's like, so who do I need to get into fisticuffs with? And I was just like, that is a mom. I like her mom. I like the whole crew. I said this in the last video. I do not like this whole narrative of Rachel trying to adopt her son, her stepson. I think that there is nothing wrong with being a step parent. I am a step parent. And why do you feel the need to go out of your way to try to make them, like a part of your family in the way like that you have to sever ties? I have experienced this. I disagreed with it. Um, when it, I disagree with the whole premise. I don't care how involved or uninvolved a parent is. I do not believe that we need to sever anybody's ties. I believe that there should always be a goal to bring this back together again. And the irony is that it's always supposedly for the kids, but the kids always want their biological parents involved. And that is a lesson that some people are finding out right now. And so the thing that made me even angrier watching it is when Rachel's like crying, talking about how it's going to make her feel. It's going to make her feel complete. You haven't even talked to the boy. And I'm just like, I have so many issues with this. I think it's wildly inappropriate. It's unnecessary. And now you're like, oh, we have to track her down to serve her. And I hope that she gives you guys a hard time. And you're gonna go through, he's 16 years old. Um, the process can take a year or two if she wants to not give her rights. He will be 18. Okay. And what benefit is it just to make yourself feel better? Being a stepmom is a privilege. It is great. You're a bonus mom. Why isn't that enough for you? Um, Jennifer's planning this bridal shower. I'm still kind of confused at how Jennifer thinks incorporating Turkish tradition and not Italian tradition, whatever the Italian traditions are, is appropriate. I'm not understanding that at all. The discussion about the marriage, do they want to go back to counseling? Um, Jennifer likes to explain her marriage. She talks about how bad it is, but then she likes to cover it up. And this is the problem when you decide to put stuff like this on Front Street, is that you look wishy-washy to the general public, and then people are going to trash you about it. But it's your marriage. You should try to figure out what can you do to fix it? What can you do to heal it? What can you do to bring it back? Like that's what you really should do. It doesn't make you guys look good that it appears that Bill's like, I'm not interested in, doing anything outward. He's literally kind of okay with the gender roles being what they are. And it appears that you're the problem with the gender roles changing. Um, so doesn't seem like he has the problem. It seems like you have the problem. And then constantly blaming Marge for telling your entire business about your husband cheating, and now your daughter's telling you to wear lingerie. Ma'am, you mentioned it. Remember when you told me that, I should be wearing lingerie for mommy? I mean, for daddy? And then you're like, see, Marge, thank you. And it's like, wait a second, didn't you just bring that up 2 seconds ago? Anyway, Jen. Dress shop. We're at the dress shop with Teresa and her four daughters. They're all so beautiful. I can't believe Antonia is 12. She dresses much older than 12. But I think part of this is because when you're the baby and you have all girls, that baby is going to grow up a little faster. So I still am kind of queasy on how she dresses, but I also kind of understand it because of the household that she's being raised in. And when you're being raised a bunch of girls, it's going to cause you to escalate this a little bit faster. So I guess she has a conversation with her ex-husband. She's in tears about it. I think she's just in a nice, calm, happy place, and I think that that's cool. Melissa and her daughter and the family, they're all talking about how she made the honor roll, which is awesome. Good for her. And they buy her a new Porsche. I think it's a Porsche. Awesome. Good for her. They told her this story. Okay, so Melissa sits down and talks to Joe about what happened and how she was drawing a picture of Teresa's life and how she got so emotional, drawing a picture of their family coming to the United States or whatever. And then I just have nothing left to give. I was like, did we skip a part? Like the part that Teresa came and hugged you, wanted Gio in the wedding. Like, I mean, there's a lot that happened in between, but whatever. It doesn't fit the narrative. So Margaret's mom, Lexi, and I think Lexi's mom all go out to dinner, or no, it's lunch. And they're just talking about how much they mean to each other. Lexi's still going through a divorce. Talked about that before. Dolores and Frank are sitting down, and it's I think this is the most confusing for me. I think it's great that they have this really nice relationship. I just find and a part of it is that Dolores has allowed Frank to take up space. When they divorced, she didn't cut him off. Like, and I know that you're not supposed to because you have a family, you have kids with this man. But I think that she should have set up some boundaries a long time ago. And it appears that the boundary is a wrap because now she's setting them up and he is freaking out. And part of me is like, is he struggling because he may not be on the show? Is he struggling because he's talking about his mom dying and now she's pulling away? So I mean, clearly that's part of it, but I mean, it just seems like a bit much. Um, and I mean, and Dolores is cold and I love it. She's just like, you gotta get over it. Okay. So Teresa and Louis, Teresa's in the car. Louis calls and is like, look, we're inviting everybody. And then she lists everybody who didn't invite. He's like, sending an invite to everybody but Melissa and Joe. And she's like, we're filming right now. And then clearly she didn't want that out. And then she's like, no, we need to invite everybody. And so then this becomes like her daughters all why. So this conversation is a bit odd. And I'm telling you, they're running this conversation all over the internet about how Teresa is really spinning the narrative that she's the victim when she pulls stunts like this. And I was just like, oh, here we go. Um, she's driving to the bridal shower. She doesn't know it's the bridal shower. Melissa, she don't want to be there. And it's like, she just needs a check. And she feels that Teresa is replacing her and her brother with Louis' side of the family. And um and I'm at this point where it's like you have nothing positive to say. Don't come. Me personally, at the bridal shower, I kept looking like, who else is there? Because there were some people from Real Housewives of Potomac there, but that's it. And Rachel and Danielle is just so awkward, and I am so over it because I don't feel like their beef is that big. But okay. Teresa gives a speech. She thanks everybody but Melissa. And so Melissa's like, I don't deserve it. So she's getting like irritated. She's doing these eyes cuts. Some people come up to Teresa. It's come up from who are Teresa's trainer comes up to Melissa. I don't think that was right. Y'all family, y'all blood, y'all need to get over it. And I'm just like, girl, I am so sick of listening to this narrative. I cannot tell you how many times I am sick of this. Okay. Okay. I really want this wedding to come and to be over with because I'm tired of talking about this wedding. I am tired of Melissa complaining about the wedding. I am tired. I am tired. Well, I am tired. Can somebody tell Melissa that she's being accused of cheating so we can get to something else? Um, Carlos King had an episode, I think that dropped yesterday, about Real Housewives of New Jersey. People are doubling down that Melissa has been caught cheating with some other dude. It may not have okay, cheating. I know, I think cheating allegedly is what, and they're not willing to say allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly, but they're not willing to say allegedly. They're like, I know these people. I know it's a credible source. I hang around all of them. And if so and so says they're cheating, then it's cheating. And I was just like, okay, so we're gonna double down. Okay, thank you. So here we are at the crossroads. And um I am standing firm with the belief that Melissa needs to be kicked off the show. Um, yeah, because I'm gonna need another narrative. I think we have yet to see one scene, even the scene that's dealing with her kids getting the car, her daughter getting the car, getting on a roll, that still ended up into a conversation about Teresa. We have yet to see one absolute scene with Melissa and Joe that has not one mention of Teresa name. This is not sustainable and I'm tired of it. Like we